Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lassana Bamba, and I'm fortunate to be with our brother, Honorable Justice Sackor. Welcome to the microphone.
Oh, thank you very much for having me.
Honorable Sackor, for some time now you've been interacting with the Federation of Liberia Mandingo Association, otherwise known as FELMAUSA, that is a medical mission to Liberia. And I saw you in Silver Spring when you made your deliberation regarding your mission to Liberia, where you shared tears and other things like that. Tell us a little bit about what impressed you, what enthused you to get involved with this medical mission in the first place?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Bamba, and from the depth of my heart, I want to extend my thanks and appreciation to you for everything that you have been doing. You're one of those people in the community that, I personally admire because one, you're very innovative, and you have the community at heart. Just to answer your question, my inspiration for the medical mission was drawn from the fact that when I went to Liberia in 2009 and I saw a lot of our people, visited a lot of clinics and stuff like that. And I realized that there were things that did not really impress me at all. The human suffering with respect to the healthcare delivery mechanism that has been put in place in Liberia, how people receive medication and stuff like that. I visited JFK, I visited a Catholic hospital where my late father passed.
So,
inshallah. So I just thought it was, I said, well, you know what, I think this is something that we that are in the diaspora have to be thinking about. That instead of always sitting there and be content with what we are doing in America and other places, we have to be thinking about, providing, some set of services to our people. So when I returned, and when I was elected as the Vice President for Operation, I put the ideas out there that yes, one of my main projects before I leave office will be to organize a medical mission in Liberia. So, there were a lot of, it was greeted with a high degree of cynicism. There were other people who were saying, no, this is not possible, owing to the fact that there is a high cost of implementing this kind of a project. And I told them, well, listen, all you need to do, we as Mandingos, we have a lot of big ideas, and what is really preventing us from putting these ideas is that because if you put them out, a lot of people will say, well, how can we implement this? First of all, what I believe in is to have hope. It is hope that really got the Americans into the moon.
Right.
All right. So we as Mandingos, we are people with great talent, with great ideas. All right. Therefore, we need to start thinking big. Once we put the ideas together and hope, we can actually garner resources at least to implement those projects. All right. So it is against this background that I said, well, you know what? Regardless of how much it's going to cost, once I put my mind into it, I can work. I can work with other organizations. I work in the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. One of the best hospitals in the world, and I'm interacting with medical directors that are internationally renowned. At least they will show me some guidance, and they were very instrumental. So, again, those are some of my inspirations. Seeing the conditions of our people back home, they could not even afford a registration fee when I went there in 2009. So those are some of the things that I saw, and I said, well, you know what, we need to do something.
So in this backdrop, you talk about hope. How are you going to go about motivating our brothers and sisters to get on board in order for you to head, for example, a second medical mission to Liberia?
Well, I think one of the things that we need to do, and this has shown a lot of effect, because when we had the first medical mission, nearly all our community, whether it's a Mandingo community or it's a non-Liberian Mandingo community, people receive calls from their relatives and all around the country. informing them that the impact the medical community, the first medical mission had on their relatives. All right. So when we returned, before we even got back, I mean, there were a lot of praises around, and people appreciated. Every time I walked around and people saw me and they thanked me for all those efforts, and so I think because of what we achieved during that medical mission, has really motivated a lot of our people to get on board for this second mission.
So what are some of the strategies that have been put in place for this second mission? Because honestly speaking, most people said the first one was very successful. What are some of the strategies that you are putting in place now to make sure that this one is even bigger than the first one?
Well, I think I am working, since Mr. Ability, appointed me to head this committee again. We set up a committee, a working committee. So that includes non-Mandingos, okay? Because the whole point here is that since, in fact, this is a humanitarian project, one of the strategies that I try to put together is to see, for the Liberian people to see that, yes, FELMAUSA has the capability of bringing other tribes together to work under one umbrella. Okay. That sends a very strong message to Liberia that regardless of the nomenclature, as a Mandingo organization, we have the potential, we have the skills, we have those potential at least to bring other people on board for us to, deliver these services to our people. All right. So, in that regard, I brought in some other non-American, like American Liberian, Roberto Williams, and other people from our local, Federation Local Association. Got some other people that are non-Mandingos, and some of our brothers that worked with us last year. Put that committee together, and I serve as a chairman of that whole committee, oversee the activities, and I created what we call responsibility metrics. I assign tasks to people so that at least the tasks that I assigned are fully implemented. So now we have begun a weekly update.
That's great.
We have become a weekly update with the with the federation and as well as the my community members. So we're still working on other details and I'm trying to get as many people on board as possible. And from my interaction with some community members, it seems to me that there will be even a bigger mission next year than what we even had last year.
What does that supposed to mean? What do we expect?
Well, for this time, there will be. I'm not going to actually go into details because what I would like to do is that come out with some surprises, and people will say, "Well, would you know that the Mandingo people, actually can do this?" We don't even know that the people in America, we thought that they're only concerned about their own goodness and their bills and stuff like that. As the president once mentioned to us during our visit to her in his mansion. So there are Liberians that are only focusing on the bills and but to think about other Liberians back home. So I just want the nature of next year's mission. We will review a little bit of it, saying that yes, it will be a great mission. It will be bigger than what we have. As the time approaches, the community will be informed accordingly. All right, but as we begin to put the strategies, there are some other unfinished touches that we're trying to put together once and try to synthesize other information that are very essential to the mission. Once we put those things together, then there will be probably a monthly update to the community where we are and what we intend to do towards the once we get nearer to the to the mission date. But the mission date has been announced. We have come up with a date which is March 15 to the 31st of 2018. Okay, so we're working towards that. We have some of our previous suppliers and previous sponsors that agreed. This time they are going to give you more supplies because they're very, very happy with what we did last year. The reports and the pictures that we submitted to them, and they're very happy with that. the surgical eye expedition team from California that will be doing surgeries. They're very happy. They've already given us the go-ahead that they're going to give them more surgeons to be operating on poor eyes in Liberia. So that's a very good thing. And we're working with another organization in Memphis, at least to carry the cardiac team for the kids that will be doing surgeries on our children. And as you can see, I work in the cardiac center. One cardiac surgery is around from $40,000 to $60,000.
Wow.
So now, if these people provide these services to our people free of charge, that is a great contribution towards the economic development of a country.
The question that comes in from that point is, your first medical mission, I believe, was centered in Monrovia.
Right.
So is this one going outside of Monrovia? Because most people think that nowadays Monrovia is Liberia.
Absolutely.
So what are you planning on?
Actually, I just want to comment to that. Last year's mission did not only center, the main operation actually centered in Monrovia, around Monrovia, but we also extended the services to Tobamberg. We went to Tobamberg. We serviced Renee Hospital in Kakata. Okay, and I went to Niba County. All right, and some of the supplies actually went to Gunter, Methodist Hospital. They also went to Ban Clinic. Some were sent to Kulahon and to Guanjama, okay, and to Bakedu. Okay, there are clinics in other areas actually benefit from the medical supplies. All right, but for next year, we want to get probably physicians in some of the rural areas. We are targeting Monrovia and Lofa, Mosrado, Lofa, Nimba, if possible, but depending on the logistical arrangement that we will make with probably the government, then we will be able to at least touch those areas as well.
Before I leave you, what important information do you have to say to our listeners out there right now?
So what I would like to tell every one of us is that this medical mission is everyone's project. All right, FELMAUSA is facilitating it, but it is the prerogative of all Mandingos, of all Liberians, whether you're Mandingo or non-Mandingos. I will expect everyone at least to basically contribute, financially towards the success of this mission. So even though the dinner will be held in Philadelphia, I'm also encouraging other people to even have like some other program in the various localities, that will be aimed at generating fund as well. Because we really need money. We do not want to go on the ground and depend on contribution from our brothers on the ground. So if we get enough money from here, I can promise everyone that what we'll do in Liberia, will be one of the best. People are talking about the success of last year, but the one that we're going to do next time, that will be very much memorable.
Thank you ever so much. We've been listening to Honorable Joseph Sackor. He's the head of the FELMAUSA medical mission to Liberia. He did it before, and he's telling us that he can do it even better. Thank you ever so much for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and continue to do the good work that you're doing for the community. This is great. Just keep it up.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.